Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Many thanks back again with another video. I spent about a week with the Fuji X100VI. I've asked for it back again because I think it's not really enough to give, let me say, honest opinion about the camera. It just about enough because yeah, I've had the camera and I've had good experience with it. I've shot a video with it, listed one of the video that is on my YouTube channel. I've shot a video with my wife, of my wife with it as well. Actually, a very good video camera overall. I mean, it's really a good proposition when it comes to video. Bear the fact that it has a very bad battery life, and I think that's not really the reason the camera is intended to. But you can use it as a content creator tool, especially because it has a very good telelight that tells you if the camera is recording or not. But it does overheat, as I pointed that out in one of my last video. But that aside, I wouldn't personally recommend that camera to anybody who's looking for a camera. It's a very good camera to have if you already have other cameras. Let me just be honest with you. If you're a casual photographer, yes, you could also get that camera. But if you're a casual photographer, I'll probably ask you to get something in the entry level realm of cameras, something like an XE4, which I've also had a very good experience, and I regret not buying because that camera was readily available here in South Africa, and it's just nowhere to be found now. I think all these Fuji cameras are just becoming very scarce, and I've seen people making videos about the Fuji order only being received after 5 months, and that camera is like gold. It's very hard to come by, and yeah, maybe it will sound very weird from somebody who uses Fuji all the time to say something like that. I feel personally, because I've already have interchangeable cameras, I really don't mind having an extra camera like a Fuji X100V, X100VI, or any Fuji of that nature, just because it has those added bonuses that all the camera do have, obviously, but just have a little bit of more, you know. It's a very good designer camera as well, if I can put it like that. It's very good to hang around your neck, and it's not very bulky. It's very small. That's one of the things that goes for it. And one thing that's also very important with that camera is, beside the size, is all the tech that they've put inside. It's just impressive. I don't know how Fuji has been able to cram so much tech in that camera. This is something very important for Canon to learn. Yeah, you can definitely do a camera like that, and yeah, so you can definitely get that camera if you are a professional already and you have some money to burn. It's not very cheap. It's actually very expensive. It's just as expensive as maybe an X-T4. You could literally get an X-T4 for that. But a camera that, for example, I'll get for myself, especially because I'm a content creator and because I do a lot of videos as well as like photos, is the XS20, and I've always been talking about having that camera. I've tested it. It's very good. The battery life is way better than the Fuji X100V. It doesn't have an internal ND, but it has all the Fuji simulation. It is 26 megapixel, not the 40 megapixel of the Fuji X100VI. So, but it's just good enough as well. I mean, it has in-body stabilization as well, and if you pair it with a very good Fuji lens, you get great in-body stabilization. But one of the most important things, for example, that I have to point out, in the fact that that camera is good for a content creator, is also the fact that it's an interchangeable camera lens. Like you need, if you're a content creator, a serious content creator, not a YouTube one, not a TikTok one or anything like that, where generally one focal length is good enough for you. The XS20 is definitely a choice to. It's definitely one of the contender, if not the top one contender. I wouldn't advise anybody to get the XH2 or the XH2S because those cameras are just like a little bit too professional, as much as they are not really like used a lot by professional, but it's just a little bit, for example, for me, I haven't used it yet, but for example, for me, I feel like a lot of the things that can be done with the XS20, at least at the level I am, the XS20 would just be a little bit overkill for it. Let's say, for example, something that has to do with the recording formats. I don't need ProRes internally. I don't need the CFX. I have never had a camera with 2 battery slots until my XT2. And even so far on my X2, I never really write on both cards at the same time. I only use one card, and it has never let me down. I've done a lot of weddings, I've done a lot of photo shoots with my 800D, and I've never needed two SD card as well. So sometimes when people say you need two SD card, I understand if you've had bad experience with one SD card, yeah, two is definitely something that you need. But even on the newer camera that coming out, those two SD cards are one SD and then another one in CF Express. So people generally, sometimes people who do photo only, they tend to have either the SD card because yeah, they could have also very good writing SD card. But regardless of everything, I've used the Fuji X100VI, and I'm blown away. Like literally, if I have money to spare, if I have my XS20, I would get myself an X100VI as well, just for my day-to-day like walkabout or anything like that. I will definitely get that camera. And I can tell you, it's not a camera for everybody. Don't follow the hype. If you don't need that camera, don't buy it. It's a camera you need. It's a camera you have to need, because for me, is for example, I already have quite a bunch of camera here on my thing, on my table, and I already know what I shoot with and what I don't shoot with. I even have my X1 XT1 that I haven't shot for quite some time. It pains me because I recently just got the XA1, which I'm literally testing, finding out whether I'll keep it or not. It's a very nice small camera. I took it out today with my wife. I have to work on the photo and still see if I really enjoy it or not. So yeah, all of those things need to be taken into consideration, because I can't just be forking out money for gears, because yeah, it's a very bad slope to go into. You know, when you start buying gears, you need to learn how to stop. And it's always good to get new gears because it sometimes encourages you to shoot, but it's not the most important thing. The most important thing is to shoot first, see what works for you. At this moment, I had the X100VI for quite some times. I wouldn't mind, as I say, buying it if really come to a pinch where I need like an extra camera that I can carry everywhere. I do have my Digicam camera that I feel they are not the same camera. I'm not comparing them to them, but I feel like for those snappy photos that sometimes I take, my Digicam can do the trick. Or if I feel like I need something that can shoot raw, I have the XA1, which I've been using a lot, especially for street photo. I just don't like the fact that it's missing a EVF like the Fuji X100V. So yeah, you tell me which camera you guys have down below there. If you think like the X100VI is an overhyped camera, I've used it personally. Is it overhyped? Maybe just a little bit. It's a very good camera. I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to take away Fuji's achievement there. That camera is beautiful. It's very solid. But tell me, do you think you need that as a primary camera, especially for those who are like professional photographer? And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.